Right, good morning and welcome to another fantastic To Be Limitless Thursday session. I'm joined today by my very dear friend Sam Instone. A couple of weeks ago I had the pleasure to be on Sam's podcast Best Version, and so Sam has graciously agreed to join us today for what is a very special Thursday session featuring Andrew Hallam. Andrew is in Victoria today in Canada, and so it's actually Wednesday evening there, very early in the morning for us in Dubai, even earlier for a few people that have joined us from Europe, and a little bit later in the day for those that have joined us from Australia and Asia. So we're really delighted, as always, to be able to put on these Thursday sessions. Massively excited about Andrew joining us today. We've done a fair amount of preparation for this, but today is about 95% about Andrew, and Sam and I will do our very best to get out of the way. But just a quick introduction to Sam. Sam is the co-CEO of AES International, which is a business that To Be Limitless is really proud to partner with in terms of learning and development. And great friend of mine joining us in Thailand this year for 2BYB. Can't wait for that. And so Sam, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
So Sam, I'm going to throw you over now to introduce Andrew. You have a great relationship with Andrew, and I'm interested in you doing the intro. This should be interesting, Andrew. So I'll look forward to this. So Sammy, over to you.
Wow, what an honour to be here and to get to introduce the legend that is Andrew Hallam, because Andrew is one of the most remarkable humans I know. Our company vision is to make the world healthy, wealthy and wise, and he really does in all those categories do that. He is probably the best runner, cyclist, pull-up master that I know. He eats very well, has very good rituals around his activity. He is the million teacher as well, his best-selling author on the book. And in terms of wise, I think both the wisdom that he brings and gives to other people, the way he simplifies things, and probably more important than all those other areas, he actually does what he does and lives the life all around happiness and contentedness. So it's a real honour to introduce him today.
Fantastic. And you know, those principles of your audio and your video matching, Sammy, are massive principles for us at To Be Limitless and with all of these clients on the call today. So Andrew, I'm about to give you an opportunity to talk about your new book that's going to be released in January. And of course it encompasses a lot of the Andrew Hallam principles. And I was thinking about this the other day. It's like a table. It's got four legs, and those four legs represent your key principles. So rather than me talk about what those four principles are, I'm going to hand it over to you to talk briefly about each one, and then we're going to deep dive into it, each of the four as well.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, and thanks very much, Sam, for that introduction. It's great to be here to chat with you guys today. These principles, and I guess I started to look at what really epitomized success. And you have a traditional measurement of what it means to be successful, and often that relates to money. It relates to the acquisition of things, acquisition of status. And so many times we hear somebody say, oh, John Smith is really successful. And then if you ask why, the definition of that would be that, oh, he's got his own law firm. He's got a big house on the hill. He's got a place on the Riviera. He's got lots of money. And I stood back at one stage years ago and thought, is that it? Is that the definition of success? And so I came to a quick conclusion myself that it clearly was not. It could be an element of success, but it definitely wasn't the definition of it. I looked at it as, like you discussed, Mick, 4 table legs. There are 4 components to being a successful person. One is that you need your health. You have to have your health. That's key. The second is you have to have good relationships with other people. Essential. The third is that you need enough money. And the operative word there is enough. Many of us will chase the acquisition of further income or further net worth without asking the question, why? What is your main purpose of this? And then the fourth table leg would be the sense of purpose. These elements aren't independent, they're interdependent. So they're all really connected. So it's hard to talk about one without talking about the other. It's really difficult to talk about health without bringing in aspects of relationships, a sense of purpose, financial wellness. So yeah, much like a table or an interconnected series of roots. That's generally how I see it.